Hey, it's me, Hrishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Hrishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business, and current affairs.
Yesterday, Guru said it in one of the interviews. We kept coming back and he kept saying no. He kept saying, they're making me out to be some snobbish guy who doesn't want to. But Guru, on his first day of work, worked with me. I've known him since he was a little kid, and to me, to see his growth, to see the way that he's managing things, I feel like a papa of sorts. And when this came along, I think it boiled down to the kind of writing that he presented. And the first two pages actually grabbed me. The first two pages grabbed me, and I said, "There's something in the writing that I say this humbly and proudly also, that I recognize. I know that when you read two pages, you know that there's a hand over there and there's a new voice over there." And I just agreed. So, and then he had a meeting with Mihir, who turns out to be this soft-spoken rogue, literally, because he knows how to manipulate you without even realizing that he's a...
Guys, this is massive. It's Boman Irani's OTT debut on Disney Plus Hotstar. It's called Masoom. It's a series. Series is the key word. And I'm really pleased to have him. And Samara, who I was just waxing eloquent about outside, about how much I enjoyed her in Sujoy and Sujoy's daughter's film, which is Bob Biswas, is also here. Hi, Samara. Hi, Boman.
Hi! How are you?
I'm very well.
Terrific.
Why did it take so long? I mean, it's a logical question. I mean,
To do what?
to do an OTT series.
I take long for everything. The only thing I did in a hurry was get married, and the only thing I did in a hurry was make a baby. And that I did really fast. After that, everything I've done, I've taken my own sweet time. I took my time to become a photographer. I took my own sweet time to do theatre at the age of 35. Then at 44, I joined theatre soon after that. 44, I made my debut in cinema. 62, I make my debut on the OTT platform. But the OTT platform, I'm making my debut as a director when I'll be 63. So I take time for everything. I won't take time on this radio show. We'll do it nice and aram, say no hurry. I'm tired as hell. I've been promoting Masoom for a long time, but I will till breath stops, in my close to my tongue and teeth. I will not stop talking about this OTT web series of ours. Sorry.
And really, in that aspect, you have two wonderful boys. I've met them. They're incredible boys. But sometimes you and your lovely wife say, "What if we had a daughter? What would it be like?"
I don't think he wants a daughter after having Sana in his life.
No, so even though I do everything late in life, one thing I can't do late in life is now produce a daughter for me. I'm really sorry, वो थोड़ा मुश्किल है मेरे लिए. मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगा. I'm not even considering my wife's feelings in this. I'm only turning down the offer to make a daughter. However, I have a granddaughter that counts.
Yes.
So that's good, right?
That's good.
And I have this on sitting on my left over here, making all these sounds and little painful at times, especially in the character that drives me nuts. But she's a good daughter to have, Samara. She's good. She's wonderful. What about you? You have a brother?
I don't. I have a dog.
Do you want to have a brother?
I'm good.
Is it possible?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
But I'll tell you how this thing works, Samara.
Yes.
I have two little girls, and my wife says she does all the hard work all through the day. She's taking them to school, taking them to tuition,
Right.
and everything. And I will walk in through the door in the evening after spending my whole day in Parel,
Yes.
and they are like, putty in my hands.
Yeah.
It's always appa, this happened. And she's like, I do all that bloody hard work. You come back from your radio station in the evening and they don't have time for me. The father-daughter thing is like that, isn't it, Samara?
It is for sure. That's always the case, I think. And I think most of my friends also that I know, it's always, oh, Papa is like...
It's the same with mothers and sons.
Yeah.
Right? Same.
Yeah.
I don't go to Parel. I go to Twin City or wherever. And I come back and they look to their mother. So what are we doing this evening, mom? मैं हूँ भी, you know. But it's great to have kids.
Wonderful. I want to, I was really fascinated by what Guru does, Gurmeet.
Right.
I met him. I insisted on meeting him, even though principal cast always does interviews
Right.
during Inside Edge as well as Mirzapur. I said, I have to meet this guy. And I ended up doing these two fabulous interviews with him. He is, he's next level. Mihir, again,
Yeah.
the boy behind Mirzapur, he's done 2 seasons. Working with this, I mean, you're constantly working with fresh blood. That's why you're as young as you are. Talk to me about Guru. Talk to me about Mihir.
See, they had approached me a few times for 2 or 3 of their, and I may have not been able to have done it for maybe time reasons. Yesterday, Guru says it in one of the interviews. We kept coming back, and he kept saying no. He kept saying they're making me out to be some snobbish guy who doesn't want to. But Guru on his first day of work worked with me. I've known him since he was a little kid. And to me, to see his growth, to see the way that he's managing things, I feel like a papa of sorts. And when this came along, I think it boiled down to the kind of writing that he presented. And the first 2 pages actually grabbed me. The first 2 pages grabbed me, and I said, "There's something in the writing that I'd say this humbly and proudly also, that I recognize. I know that when you read 2 pages, you know that there is a hand over there and there's a new voice over there." And I just agreed. So, and then he had a meeting with Mihir, who turns out to be this soft-spoken rogue, literally, because he knows how to manipulate you without even realizing that he's got he's puppeteering, so to speak. The way he dealt with Samara in her first, it's a major role.
Yeah.
It's a major role and a major responsibility. He was handling the other cast and crew, and Upasana Singh, and she comes from another kind of school, and she did fabulously well. But we're talking about these 2 young men. But I think it's important to mention one more young man who I've known for about 15 years now. That's Namit. Namit is in many ways been the behind the scenes nurturer of these 2 wonderful young people, and we have to recognize that.
Yeah. So in that aspect, for you, you're a child of the OTT generation.
Yes.
I mean, and these guys are now cult figures.
Yes.
With Boman, there's still that awe that they feel. Slowly, I'm sure that got broken. But just to work with these 2 cult figures in modern OTT, talk to me about that.
I was very, very excited, honestly, to start with. And I was so, because I think even my first film also, I had 2 very experienced actors.
Yep.
And going from that to this, for me, it's like I've just gone from one school to the next, and I am just picking up things. I'm learning. And that's all I'm being able to do, honestly. Like, I was so happy to have to work with somebody who I can just gain so much from. And I gained so much from Boman sir and from Upasana ma'am, because for me it was like every day was something new that I was picking up from them. So, and they were so encouraging. They were so loving and caring. I never felt like I am new to this. They made me feel like I'm safe. I'm home.
Post your script degree or your course in the US, and spending time with your guru and doing all these lessons online, have you become more critical or more appreciative of scripts that come to you? Or are you rejecting more, saying, my God, I know more about this stuff?
No, I can't do that. And that if I keep being so critical, I'll never do anything. Because there are movies and different kinds of movies. And you must understand why this movie is being made and for what purpose it serves. And there's a genre to it, and then and also there's an audience that they are pitching it to. So if I sit to become critical and say I know more than you guys, no, that I don't. I don't. When you're writing that script for a particular audience, you know much more than I do. It's just that I do feel that for this new generation, if we are equipped with the amount of work that is being produced, that we'll have to churn out script after script. We must have something that's in our DNA, in our reflex, that you write at least a standardly good script. I'm not talking about highly intellectual scripts. Standardly good scripts, and that don't lose their way once you've introduced the characters, introduced the situation. And then you say, then what? Now what do we do? Then you start doing exposition. Kahani bata rahe. You forget that it's a character story. So anyway, I don't want to make a big workshop out of this right now, but no, I'm not too critical. I understand the kind of audience that we are making certain films for, and I respect that.
You're a Sagittarian, no?
You're a Sagittarian.
Like Jim Morrison. I am a Sagittarius, the most philosophical of all the
Yeah,
Sagittarians.
what can we do?
Beautiful.
We can't help
My
it.
elder one is Saggy. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Samara, I love the way the trailer starts with just your eyes weeping.
Yes.
I don't want you to give any spoilers away, but I understand she is an urban woman who's come back into her rural home, and obviously something is amiss because the mother has passed away.
Yes.
But what kind of a person is she? Because in the trailer you have Boman saying,
You're a pain in the back.
saying the last time she was around she did yada yada yada.
Yes.
But there's also people alluding to your mental equilibrium,
Yes.
saying that is she taking her pills on time and things like that. So I'd like you to talk about your part without giving too much away.
Sana is somebody who is very different from me as a person. She's impulsive. She is, like
Wow.
Boman sir said the word yesterday, mufat.
Mhm.
She is somebody who will say first, then think. Whatever comes to her
She would
brain.
first ask questions later.
Yeah, she's not the type of person who would, probably think of consequences of doing something. And she really overthinks. And so that is why. And because, she can make something small be something really big. And that is also why a lot of the family has certain questions about her and has certain issues with her, because she's also trying to dig into things that they are
Sure.
probably hiding.
Sure.
So that is Sana. She is going through anxiety. She is going through depression. And I think that is I think to a certain amount of people that also makes her unreliable for some people. I think that does tend to happen. Because it's very easy sometimes. People
She's
just
a loose
say,
cannon.
yeah, basically.
She's a loose cannon, but she's onto something.
But she's onto something.
And now don't say anything else, you're giving me the plot.
And she's confident that she's onto
confident
something.
onto something.
She's very, very confident.
I mean, you're a chameleon. I see you with Kobar and you become the boy from Parsi Colony, which you are actually. And then, you could be with an English station and you will speak the Queen's English. And suddenly, you'll be with Pandey and you'll do his thing and things like that. Playing a Sardar is not alien to you, but knowing you would work on everything. So, the working on the Sardarji.
Look, I'll say this. This is what I said in one of the interviews yesterday. I think working on the Sardarji, he's not a Sardar, he's Punjabi,
Okay.
right? I think that's the easy part.
Wow.
Yeah. So, what happens is if we get the accent right, we're saying the lines correctly, you've got a certain kind of body language, you fit into the milieu of the world. And I think that's a very, very important aspect in performing and finding character. I think that's the easy part because somebody can teach that to you. And if you're good with accents, you're good with voices, you're good with your body. And I think body work is very important in as an actor. Voice is very important. Accents. That is par for the course. But badi baat actually nahi honi chahiye. Because what happens is, and I say this to a lot of young actors out there, if they're listening, that the moment you crack that, you think you've cracked the character. You haven't. You've only got his accent and his backdrop and background right. So you don't do anybody favors by saying, oh my God, the accent was very, very authentic. No, the character has to be authentic. Who is he? What does he want? What is his game plan in life? What kind of trouble is he in? How is he solving that problem? And the process that he is solving his problems reveals his true self. You got to find that. What does he want out of life? What is his wound? What does he need to do for himself? What is his quest? These are questions you have to ask yourself every day. Your dialect teacher can come You can put it in your ear and go to sleep, wake up in the morning and it can be playing. Next thing I know, I'm sounding like a Punjabi, and I am a Punjabi. But no, I think that's 10% of the ride.
Wow, that's incredible. You know, the milieu is rural Punjab. Yeah.
Right.
And rural Punjab, Samara, is very, very fascinating.
Yes.
You know, there have been poems written, prose written on rural Punjab. I want to know how much of reading you do other than the script. Are you the kind of person who says the script is the Bible for me, I will only read that? Or do you do supplemental readings? Or do you have conversations with people?
I actually, I did watch a lot of documentaries also on rural Punjab. I watched a lot of, and I was honestly following a lot of the news as well. But I did read a lot of poetry, which Mihir actually gave to me. He gave me a book of poetry written by Bulle Shah, which I read. And because I needed that for myself as well, even for Sana, even for the character, because I needed to understand what was going on, even when Bulle Shah wrote the poetry, what the language is like, what they, you know, what the essence of it is. And I also listened to a lot of Punjabi music when I was in Chandigarh. And I actually enjoyed the local music that they were playing, even in the cars on the way to set. I kept that constantly around me.
And it's wonderful, isn't it? There are elements of folk and black music.
It is.
Like, you know, they could be hip hop artists in the east side of New York.
I discovered so many new artists. I discovered so many different types of music when I was just in Chandigarh or in Zirakpur where we were. It was unreal for me, and that really, really stuck with me. And that's something that I needed also for me to work on my character.
Don't give spoilers again, but he was obviously a disturbed man. You know, wife has passed away. The stuff he's hiding. The stuff he's hiding because you see him doing all kinds of spooky things. How would you best describe him?
Okay. It's something that we talk about in our screenwriting classes. He's the architect of his own misery. So any character, things don't happen to him. He makes things happen to himself. He's a good character. Means he's an active character, not a passive character. He's always up to something.
Yeah.
He's hiding something. He's pretending to be someone. So when she walks into the room, he's trying to be a good daddy, and then she asks her a question. Hey, let's go ahead. And yeah, ye to mujhe bahut problem. You know, So but eventually he's the architect of his own misery. Who asked him to join? Who asked him to join politics? Who asked him to take money that got stolen? You know, there was a robbery.
Yeah.
Now, why did he do all these things? One bad decision trips off the next. And that's what happens to us in real life. And that's why we identify with this character. Even if he's not as, you know, maybe he's ostensibly a little shady. Most people say he seems to be a shady character. I'm not going to give anything away. So why is he like that? Because one bad decision trips another. And that's actually got to do with great writing. You don't let things happen to him. He must make those decisions. The protagonist or the antagonist, even she. Why did she come and poke her nose in to find out what the hell happened? She doesn't want to. She should not know the truth. It's better for everybody. However, I'll attribute it to good writing. So I enjoyed this character because he's beset with problems. And it's nice to know how lucky we are. Just like people came after Slumdog Millionaire to see Dharavi, to say, wow, we are so lucky. My God, look at this, how people live. And I'll say, I feel very lucky when I think of Ballad. Poor chap. Now, I don't know how poor chap he is. We don't want to give away how Masoom he is. However, he's got financial problems. He's got a wife that's lying in bed, his wife that fell off. Or I don't know. And at the end of the day, his daughter is a pain in the God knows which part of the body. And then another daughter who's living with him, who's married but living with him, and a son who's a good for nothing. Yeah.
Makes for great drama. Makes for great drama. Binge watcher or like short form content? How are you viewing your OTT?
Binge watcher.
What's a great series that you saw recently and you said, wow?
Oh, for me, I think it was Scam. I really binge watched
Super show.
Scam.
Pratik was there last night and
I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I like him.
I couldn't stop.
Yeah. Binge watcher or like
I'm not a binge watcher. Okay. I'm not a binge watcher.
You'll do 2 episodes, stop, and then
I'll do 1 episode and stop.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll do 1 episode.
That's a skill.
unless it's a comedy.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'll watch five.
You can do Friends like back to back, whatever. But
Over and over. Friends, all the way up to Two and a Half Men, Frasier, Seinfeld.
The Office.
The Office. What did you last see that really impressed you? Like Scam impressed her in terms of series.
Family Man.
Oh, very, very.
You know,
very.
Mr. Bajpayee.
Oh my God.
कितना अच्छा एक्टर है यार, कितना अच्छा
He's
एक्टर है.
brilliant.
Boman Irani भी बहुत अच्छा actor है.
नहीं ये जो है,
बहुत
I am a
सारा.
big believer. I am a big believer in good artists because obviously they are not. It's not that you can just say I'm a natural into it. These guys are working out their craft,
Yeah.
and I appreciate it. I truly do.
And you can see it.
You can see
You
it.
can see
You
it.
Hmm.
can see it.
Totally. Last question. What food was consumed in Punjab on the set?
I tell you, can I answer?
Please.
Lots of food.
Lots.
मतलब पंजाब में you have to eat like
मक्के की
पंजाब.
रोटी सरसों का साग.
बट क्वांटिटी में खिलाओ ये छोटे मतलब पोर्शन में हम लोग को मतलब उन लोगों को बुरा लग जाएगा लोकल पंजाबी बोले क्या खा रहे हो यार
Yeah.
इट स्लैप यू ऑन द बैक कहते लस्सी
So
का
what was
ग्लास
the coup de resistance?
रेजिस्तान मेरे को कुछ मालूम नहीं लेकिन द रोटीज वर आउटस्टैंडिंग
I
Just
went
the
and
roti.
I saw a few people in the local. We were shooting locally. They were making good. I took the just freshly made good. I just took it back to my hotel room.
and we were about an hour and a half from hotel
Yeah,
to location.
yeah.
I wanted to just stop my mouth.
Yes.
हो गया अभी मेरे तो but खाना है तो see the Punjabis are great. They have a good laugh. They're nice.
They're like Italians.
Yes.
I like Italian. Iranis also are like this.
I like Iranis.
Yeah. And basically लस्सी भी आती तो ऐसा लगता है कि टेबल को एक हथौड़ा मार दिया धाड़ करके एक बड़ा इतना बड़ा ग्लास
Glass. Oh God.
I just see and then you've got to come back to Bombay and say, can I have a quinoa and pomegranate salad please? Shut up, you bloody fool. Eat some nice. Yeah. You have to enjoy the culture. You have to enjoy the. They are खुश मिजाज लोग.
Yes.
Boman Irani and Samara Tijori are join a stellar cast in Mihir Desai and Gurmeet's excellent Masoom. Please watch streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. Thank you guys.
सुना क्या?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.